up? I'm back. You know who it is. It's your man, King A.D.S. A.D.S. Ayaya the Shadow out here in the Inland Empire, Southern California, in the San Bernardino County. Big shouts, big love to everybody all over. My peeps in LA, OC, San Diego, up north, everywhere, just all over the world. Man, just much shouts to you, big love. Hope the vibration is high and we keep it there. And just wanted to jump on here with a quick hit to address something else. And it seems like these topics just keep on giving. And I mentioned in the last video that I was watching the Brand Man Network, which I love, and also watching them watching a clip of Earn Your Leisure, which I love. And also they were talking, I'm just going to use this as an example though, because and they were talking to Diddy or whatever. And Diddy's a big spectacle right now too, which I'm not going to get into too much right now, but I'm just using it as an example because of the conversation. And if you haven't checked that out, please go over there and check that out, because there's some things that are true and then some things I feel that are a little misleading. And I'm just going to share it from an observable perspective, as I always do, right? That's all I really like to do, and to communicate and connect. But when I hear certain statements being made and they have a big, stage to do it on, a big platform to do it on, it's very crucial that you have already done a lot of your own studying and informing and things like that. And you fine tooth comb those type of things that you're interested in, because there's certain things that will be expressed to you as a disadvantage. Why are they expressed to you as a disadvantage as the public? Why? Because someone is selling something to you or hopes to sell something to you, but is not getting their way with how they like to see it go down sometimes. And then they're going to express nonsense to you that would deter you. You know what I mean? And only because they want you to get behind them and rally and put pressure on these certain areas of interest, these points of interest. So it supports them. It's almost like how a politician rallies people up, in campaigns, and come on, get behind me because of this X, Y, and Z, So you have to be very careful, because there was a statement being made that, and I'm not dissing anyone, I'm just being observant and sharing something, because this can work for anybody. And you shouldn't have this attitude that was expressed, that Diddy was upset, or expressed that he was upset because he wanted to get into tequila, right? I'm just using it as an example. It's nothing against anyone. Just do your thing, you know what I mean? But what I'm going to say is this: after some time seeing things differently, okay? And that's always going to be the truth. I can see things differently now. So look, they were upset because they wanted to get into tequila. And when they got down to check out the area, they just saw that it was a big empty plot of land with no agave planted. And that caused them to be upset and maybe not want to do the deal. That is not how reality works. Anything that you want to start, if you go into it on your own, you are going to build the foundation. You're going to set up all the counterparts, and you're going to create the product through the process, all those things, down to packaging, down to shipping, down to getting into distributors to be shipped. All these things have methods, methods to the madness, so to speak. It's weird to hear somebody or anyone, that's what I mean by this. I'm not pointing fingers at one person. I'm just saying that any of us can make this mistake, especially having something to say to the public and say that, this is someone who's already kind of done that. Well, not sorta, but built something. Not from scratch, though. You see what I mean? There's the difference. Not completely from scratch. They had aid and help because there's advantages in certain areas. But when you do it from scratch, you realize that when you have the means to create what you need to do, that's winning. You know what I mean? That now you can move forward with what you plan to do, or you can switch models, but now you have an area to do so with. So that's part of winning. Just because a person doesn't necessarily have all the bells and whistles that they need in the beginning doesn't mean it won't happen. You know what I mean? As long as they keep going forward with their proper model and plan, it most likely will happen. But to say that, oh, it didn't come with all the bells and whistles, says to me that this individual, whoever it may be, is not too into doing the legwork. You know what I mean? And that's what it's going to take. You're starting over. So you're going to have to do all the same foundation laying and all that legwork. You know what I mean? So yeah, when you get the land, especially if he's going down to Mexico or other places where standards are different, you don't understand those communities. They have different standards. Like even in Africa, they won't let just anybody move in and buy land. You have to pass a certain criteria that they agree with and welcome you in. So when they welcome you in to buy land, to do things like this, that's winning. That is not a loss. That is winning. And it's up to you to see that and understand that. And they say, yeah, what did you want, bro? We gave you primo soil, primo land, acres of it. You could do whatever you want there. So it's up to you as the person who sees the proper prospect or whatever. You have to start planting that agave, plant those potatoes, start doing all that. You're going to need a staff to help with that. It's going to be up to you to make the model, to obtain the budget, to hire this crew to do the work. That's similar to the way jobs get contracted when I do big jobs. You know what I mean? You have to build it up, set the foundation, build it up from nothing, and you need all the pieces to accomplish it. That legwork is on you, the owner or potential owner, the prospect. You have to do these things. That's a sad truth. And I don't know, maybe sometimes if people have too much, maybe they expect everything to be done for them, is what I could suspect sometimes. Not pointing fingers, not trying to diss, but maybe you're gonna, if you're doing your own thing, you're gonna need a little Yahoo in you. You know what I mean? Which means like you're still in the old West days. You're gonna have a little bit of Wrangler in you. You gotta like, woo and get up on what you're gonna do and be real enthusiastic and make it happen. You know what I mean? So you can't be scared to get in the trenches. And so yeah, I think be careful about the way things are expressed, right? Because if you have the means to create what you didn't have before, you're winning. You're not losing. It's not someone else's fault that you don't want to do the rest of the work to create the potential. You know what I mean? You can't see the potential in it. You don't want to do the legwork. It's going to cost you money. They go, I don't want to pay that. I've dealt with, there's situations like that on every level, everywhere in life. So people want to break. Some people want to cut some corners. But what ends up happening when you cut corners or you get too much of a break, you get what you pay for or have to redo what you set out to do. Would have to be done again, which ultimately is more expensive and cause you to overspend and overextend yourself unexpectedly or unintentionally. But really, you set yourself up for it. We could do that to ourselves without having the proper attitude and the proper point of view. And as the public, for us to discern between reality, what's real, what's nonfiction, and what's fictitious. You know what I mean? So if you study on your own, if you do this on your own, you will kind of see that no matter what it is you want to start, you're going to repeat certain steps that you've already done before in order to accomplish a different goal, because it's the same thing. The process and the point of view is the gold. That's what you have. That's that platinum. That's that diamond inside of you that shines. That's what it is that now that you know how to do it here, you can try your hand out in other areas, points of interest, but you will probably have to start from the bottom, work your way up, and do the same things. If you have more resources and rapport because of your successes or the amount that you've generated, it'll be a little easier for you. But nevertheless, you will have to repeat some steps. There's no just jump from start to the finish line. You know what I mean? So that would indicate to me that this is someone who would rather step in with the attitude of, oh, it wasn't all set up for me. They'd rather step in on someone else's plot of land with what they're doing and just buy the operation and take it over and take the advantage. But see, this is exactly the way I said it like that, is think about that in real life. Is that realistic? I'm already making good. This is my family business for generations. We make good with this. We own stock. We have shares, or this does good with us and the community. Yeah, we're willing to give it up to you. No, they're going to keep that land. They know what it's worth. They know what they're going to do. If it's up to you, if you want to start, what they're going to do, if they want to sell the plot of land, if they have stuff planted in, they're probably going to pluck all that stuff out and then let you do your thing and start over. So not to be discouraged, to look at it as a win and an advantage, and to stay away from misleading or deceptive language otherwise, because it can do you in. You know what I'm saying? It can make you do yourself in on your own goals and challenges to meet. And if you follow somebody who is willing to deceive you and or not leave something out then the relationship in the end, the outcome won't be great either. You know what I mean? You'll probably get less for more and continue to get less for more, and never get a genuine relationship or a subpar quality product because of all the corners that they like to cut, just like everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? You get what you pay for. You wanted to pay cheap, but the job cost, let's just say the job costs $800 to do. This person wants to spend 300. You're gonna get what you pay for, bro, and you're probably gonna have to come back and pay someone else the 800 on top of what you just paid, which now you done paid $1,100. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a winning strategy. So we have to have some respect for the truth and the process of things in its natural state. You know what I mean? And just work through it, and don't lose that fight, and don't lose that enthusiasm and passion to keep pushing forward and making everything the greatest opportunity that it could be. Make sure that you're doing your part as much as everything else can work in tandem with it. And know when you got it good. We used to say that a G knows when he got it good. If you don't know when you got it good, you ain't no G. You know what I'm saying? That means like know when to hold them, know when to fold them, basically, man. If something's working in your favor, don't shoot yourself in the foot. You know what I mean? Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth kind of deal. You know what I mean? Don't make it harder on yourself, creating obstacles and getting in your own way while you're trying to get out of the way of turmoil and get into the path of success and abundance. So you can't have a defeatist mentality and say it's them over there and it's them over there. That's a manipulator tactic, kind of narcissistic, and they don't really want you to focus on the true the state of the facts that are involved with the experience. Like you can go to any business owner and ask them about how they started, and it will tell you about how they had their struggles, their the adverse situations that they've encountered, and that they had to learn how to be resourceful and be like a cat and land on their feet, stuff like that. You don't get that from not getting in the trenches, and you have to respect the process from the bottom up. You know what I mean? So with that, just wanted to share that quick hit with y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share the video, check out all the music, more to come. I love all y'all. Peace.